The first animal Didier met was a mouse. In fact, he'd barely gotten 100 yards from his pen by the shanty town by the river to the sea when he happened upon the mouse heading to his home with a mouthful of seeds. "Hello, mouse," Didier said. The mouse looked up in surprise. Rarely was a mouse addressed by passing elephants, but he was a good-natured mouse, so he spit a few seeds out of his mouth to return the greeting, bobbing his head agreeably. "Good morning, my large friend," he said. "It is a fine day, is it not?" Didier glanced up at the sky, frowning a little. "I suppose so," he said after a moment. "A fine day indeed," the mouse smiled. "We must enjoy these days, yes, before the monsoon is upon us and all of us must eat mouldy fare." "I suppose so," Didier said doubtfully. "Yes." The mouse waved a little paw at him and was about to start stuffing the seeds back into the pouches in his jaws when Didier interrupted him. "I have a question for you, mouse," he said. The mouse cocked one of its velvety ears politely. "You seem very happy for being only a mouse." "It is a fine, fine day to be any creature, elephant, mouse, or mongoose." "But do you like being a mouse?" Didier said a bit more insistently. "Is it a fine thing to be so small and grey and with such soft fur, eating hard seeds and frolicking in tall grasses?" The mouse pondered this for a moment. Then he shrugged a little mouse shrug. "I suppose so," the mouse said. "There are hardships with being so small, it is true. Many things like to eat me, so I must be very careful when I walk around, and I must do it at the right times of day, when fewer things that might eat me might be skulking about. But I am also quite small, so hiding is likely easier for me than it would be for most. And I find other mice to be agreeable enough company." He glanced up at the sky then, a little nervous. "Not too crazy about birds, though, elephant," he said. "And we don't live so very long compared to creatures like yourself. But the birds usually aren't out hunting at this time of day. And who wants to live forever?" Didier thought about this. He hadn't considered the lifespan thing. "Thank you, mouse," he said politely. "You have been most helpful." "Any time, elephant," the mouse said. "Do you mind if I am wondering why you would ask me such a thing? It is not the usual question one receives from an elephant." "I am merely trying to determine the best animal for me to be," Didier said. "Other than an elephant, you mean?" the mouse said. "Is it a game?" "It is a scientific study," Didier said. "Ah," said the mouse. "And what have you found so far?" it said. "Does a mouse rank high on the list or low?" it asked hopefully. "I don't know yet," Didier said kindly. "You are the very first animal I have asked." "The first one, eh?" The mouse puffed up his small grey chest a little. "Do you mind if I come with you, elephant, to learn more on this scientific study of yours?" he said after another moment of thought. "I think that I too would like to know what is the best animal for an animal to be, even if that animal is only a mouse." "Of course," Didier said. He turned about to begin walking once more, when it occurred to him just how small the little mouse's legs were. Pausing, he lowered his head, tilting it sideways to peer at the little grey mouse. His legs really were quite frightfully small. He could barely see them with his large brown eye. He offered the mouse the finger-like end of his long trunk. "Care for a lift?" he asked. "Don't mind if I do," said the mouse, running up his trunk. Didier waited while the mouse climbed up to the top of his large head. He waited a few seconds more while the small creature found a comfortable spot nestled by one of Didier's large ears, out of the sun and hidden from any passing birds who might like mouse for a morning snack. Then Didier resumed his rolling walk through the trees along the river to the sea. The next animal Didier and the mouse spoke to was a monkey. Didier felt some hope at asking the monkey his question. He knew the monkey would be entirely incapable of not answering him in depth, as every monkey is by nature a talker. Further, when Didier saw it, it happened to be sitting in a tall banana tree, and therefore had a good view of the nearby territory,